Hi, this is Stan Matthews, host of the Matthews TV broadcast and founder of the Inner Circle Professional Network. It takes a village to raise a child and a community to build healthy, wealthy businesses, professional practices, and community organizations. The Matthews TV broadcast enables urban consumers like you to support urban business owners, professionals, nonprofits, and community organizations that provide career opportunities, create jobs, and make urban communities great places to live, work, and raise a family. So please continue to watch the Whole Person, Whole Community broadcast on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. at www.thematthewsbroadcast.com. And oh yeah, tell 10 friends to watch the broadcast too. Heartfelt thanks for your continued friendship and support. The Matthews TV broadcast spotlights urban business owners, professionals, nonprofits, and creative artists and enables them to tell their success story and get the new clients, strategic connections, and community support they need to prosper and succeed. With our audience of more than 500,000 subscribers, 500 Inner Circle strategic partners, and the Comcast Xfinity premium promotional channels, including the Oprah Winfrey Network, BET, Lifetime, and the Hallmark Family Network. So step into the spotlight for business success right now and book your spotlight or legacy interview by calling us at 732-357-5701 or booking your reservation at www.thematthewsbroadcast.com.
Hi, I'm Mayor Baraka of Newark, reminding you to shop urban and shop local to save time and money, get a higher level of customer service, create jobs, and build stronger families and communities. This holiday season, remember to shop urban, shop local, and shop Newark.
This holiday season, remember to shop urban, shop local, and shop Newark.
Good evening, this is Stan Matthews, and welcome to the Matthews broadcast. We thank you for joining us on this segment of the Matthews broadcast, and we begin, as we do every night, by saying thank you to those of you who've become friends of the broadcast, those of you who help us to stay on the air, and those of you who keep the broadcast strong. We are indebted to you for your support and heartfelt thanks for your friendship. The Matthews broadcast is a platform on the Comcast Xfinity platform, and what we do is we spotlight urban professionals, entrepreneurs, and creative artists, and we ask urban consumers to support them and give them the capital, the clients, and the connections they need to succeed. That is the mission and purpose of this platform. This platform has 4 principles on which it stands. The first is divine alignment. And so we say that you cannot be successful in anything unless you are first aligned with your divine source. And when you are aligned with your divine source, we believe that you become empowered. For those who call ourselves Christians, there is a scripture right in the book of Timothy that says, I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. And so when you have become divinely aligned and empowered, we say you become divinely uplifted. And here we hear the voice of the one and only, our poet laureate, Maya Angelou, saying to us, people may forget what you said. They may even forget what you did, but they will never, ever forget how you made them feel. Your candle loses nothing when it lights another. So when you uplift someone else, you are participating in the improvement of your community in that relationship. And so after you have become divinely aligned, empowered, and uplifted, it naturally follows that you should become enriched, divinely enriched. And here again, we go to the scripture for those of us who call ourselves Christian, and we see 27 times in the Holy Bible that God desires that his people prosper. In fact, for those of you who are wedded to the idea of Christianity, Jesus Christ in the Word is reputed to have said, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Right? So prosperity is something that's necessary so that we can build our communities. Oprah Winfrey does not support the school in South Africa for those 100 girls. She does not support 2 schools in Chicago for girls, and she does not support the University of South Carolina State, which was her alma mater, without resources. She cannot do good unless she does well. And she does plenty of good because she does really well. You see the relationship between prosperity and good? My grandfather, who raised me until I was 8 years old when I came to this country, used to say to me, Stan, the best possible world that you can have is a life where you do amazingly well by doing good. That when you have that privilege, it's not work, right? And so those are the 4 principles of the broadcast, and we will turn here to a very good, fast friend of mine who I met through another longtime friend, the one and only Andrew Fraser. You might know him from the Power Breakfast series and also from his best-selling book, Small Business Like a Pro. I went to the last Power Breakfast series and I heard 2 words, Seton Hall. And the gentleman to my right was talking about cryptocurrency and gave a fantastic presentation about what cryptocurrency is and what it is not. And I said, we've got to have that gentleman on the show. Seton Hall is significant because I graduated both from the prep school and the law school. And the only reason I didn't go to the university is because I felt like I needed a break for at least 4 years from those nuns and priests who knew me all too well. So I just wanted a little separation from them, right? So my Seton Hall fellow alumnus is here with me tonight, and I want to begin by asking him to introduce his business and himself for those of you who are here with us and for those of you who are home. Darrell, welcome to the Matthews broadcast. Share with us who you are and what you do.
Well, Stan, first of all, let me say thank you for having me on this great program. Gunter Media Group was founded actually after I was fired. I left a position as Chief Commercial Officer for American Institute of Physics, went to a publisher who wanted me to build his business. I went there as the president. He used it quite extensively to renegotiate a new license with his distributor and proceeded to lay off me and the other 6 people that I had hired over the 5 weeks. I called my wife, Deb, who's here, and I said, I'm starting Gunter Media Group. I called my financial advisor, and Gunter Media Group started in 2011.
Did you tell her you started Gunter Media Group, or did you tell her you were fired first?
Well, I think she figured that one out.
So Deb, we'll have you on for a show to tell what your reaction was.
But I always wanted to start my own company. I'm a very proud EOP student of Seton Hall University. And my senior year, I was the MC for our awards luncheon. And in there, I talked about wanting to have my own marketing firm. So Gunter Media Group is a strategic management consultancy firm. It's based, actually, it's a New Jersey corporation. We recently have relocated to the greater Philadelphia area in Ambler, Pennsylvania, to take advantage of that particular region. And we have had the opportunity of working with some of the Fortune 100 companies around the world. Most of my clients, believe it or not, are internationally based. I have had a client in Japan, China, India, as well as the UK and Croatia. And what we do is that we focus on understanding what challenges the CEO or the managing director or executive director is having. And we do what I like to call a SWOT or gap analysis. And I have some questions that I ask the CEO, and they begin to realize that they don't have the answers to the questions. That's where we can help them. We also have I've also operated as an operating partner for Cowen Financial. I've had the opportunity of making pitches to some of the largest PE firms in the world. One pitch for a company, I'm still under NDA, so I can't say who the company was, but it was for $3.2 billion. And
how long is that NDA?
I think it has another year. You know,
so you're gonna start talking next year.
and so what it taught me was, how do you really play in the big leagues with the big boys? One of my favorite books is Reginald Lewis.
Right.
You know,
why should white guys
have all the fun? I was sitting in my sunroom one day, finished reading the book, and I was just very tearful. I was crying. And Deb came in. She goes, "What's going on?" I said, "Just a beautiful story. I'm just sad that he passed away, because he was way before his time." And so what we're able to do, we're able to go into any business and speak to them about sales, marketing, strategy, customer service. Recently we added blockchain and Bitcoin to our repertoire. And tomorrow I'm doing a presentation on artificial intelligence. And it's in Washington, D.C. So
do you get the feeling that this guy knows technology?
Well, the truth be told, my wife.
Don't say you don't.
I understand technology. I can speak to technologists, but I'm a layperson. The only thing that I haven't done yet is learn how to code, and I think that's probably one of the next courses that I'm going to take. But we really focus on helping people, managers, CEOs, to understand, how do you improve your top line and your bottom line.
Right.
Because it is about EBITDA growth, earnings before income tax and depreciation.
It is. Did you hear what the man said? How many people here know what EBITDA means? Earnings before interest. Tell him, Claude.
Earnings before interest and taxes.
Depreciation.
And amortization.
Right.
Yeah.
That young man is a wonderful financial planner, by the way. That's why I called on him. Next time I call on you, you can't forget one. See, if you're going to be the front guy, when I throw you the line, you got to. Thanks, Claude.
But one of the things that I'm really excited about, one of my clients, My Science Work, out of Paris, France, I've been working with them for over a year. And we came to a point where they were really following all of my ideas and direction. And they said, "Why don't you join us as an executive?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be great, because I really believe in what they're doing." And then as I'm doing the raise for them, the CEO, Virginie Simon, says to me, "I really think that you should be the CEO after we do the recapitalization, because you really have done a great job in helping us to move this forward in a vision." And so right now we're in the midst of doing a raise for $3 million. Equity, 40% of the company. And we have a number of interested parties. We were in New York a couple of weeks ago doing an investor dinner. We have some folks interested there. I was just introduced to a VC just the other day who says that they may consider to do the whole $3 million. But we're accepting equity investments from accredited investors of $70,000 for a 1% equity unit. So
now, are you doing a friend and family round first, or these Or are you doing the accredited
So
investors first?
we're doing both, actually, because I do have some friends and family that are not accredited investors, and there's a way that we can have them to invest legally, because that's very important.
That's right.
There's something called phantom stock that we can do for those members who don't have a lot but want to take, and I want them to take part in it, because this is going to be a very, very big venture for us. My science work is all about the democratization of professional information. Right now, if I was to ask you, if you need to go to a place to get music, you say what? Where do you go? iTunes or Spotify, right?
That's right.
If you want to go to do consumer online purchases, peer-to-peer, you go to eBay. Or if you want to purchase something, you go to Amazon. But what about professional information? Where does that lawyer go to go to a platform where you can get access to all of the relevant professional information? It doesn't exist today. But with my science work, it will exist tomorrow.
That's the kind of resource that's necessary for professionals, for sure. How many practice areas is that research, is that platform going to be supportive?
It's going to be supportive of eight different. So you have scholarly information, you have pharma, you have legal, you have government,
Right.
You have corporate, you have Wall Street.
So after you do the initial raise, what's the next step?
Well, the next step then is to place the business in the greater Philadelphia area. Virginie and Tristan, they're going to relocate from San Francisco to the Philadelphia area, and we're trying to determine where we're going to place the business in the greater Philadelphia area. And then we're going to start working on blockchain. We have this philosophy about how blockchain will allow us to really have these railroad tracks into all of these different professional publishers.
All right, for those who don't know, what is blockchain?
So think about the United States back before railroads existed. In order to get goods from one part of the country to the other part of the country, folks had to either do a wagon train or a stagecoach. Well, in order to, when they developed the locomotive engine, they had to lay tracks. And then once the tracks were laid, then they could put the trains on it with all the different types of goods and services. That's what blockchain is. It's establishing the tracks all around the world, because it's not a central server. It's a decentralized server where you have thousands of people who are sharing their information on blockchain.
So I know you mentioned a few of the professionals. Who would be the ideal clients for your firm? Who are the people who would most benefit from your offering?
So for Gunter Media Group, the consultancy business, until we do the recapitalization of my science work, I work with businesses of all sizes. Today I got a call from one of my fraternity brothers, Thomas Clark. There's a gentleman who wants me to help, who is just starting out. And Thomas said, "What is your rate?" And I just said, well, let me put it like this. I will give him a rate that he can afford.
Oh, all right.
Because the rate goes for different size clients. Because when I see a young black man who wants to do something, I want to help him. And I want to help him get there. So it could be a small business. It could be a medium-sized business. It could be a very large business. As I said, my business clients are all over the world of different sizes. I have helped many different businesses to grow. One business I'm very happy about is Intech Open. They were based out of Croatia, and now they're based in London. I've helped them to grow significantly, and they're one of the largest, what we call open access publishers right now. So also the International Association of STM Publishers, they've been a client of mine for 4 years. They're out of Oxford in the UK. I've produced their conferences for them over the last 4 years, and they've been sellout conferences. And their membership is at an all-time high, and their sponsorship. So it's really, it's interesting. My first client in 2010 was actually Vitalicious, which is a breakfast muffin company.
What did you do for them?
I helped them with their infrastructure. They did not have any infrastructure to their business. It was a husband and wife team, and they didn't have job descriptions. They didn't have an annual review process. They didn't have a strategy document, and it was really fun 6 months of my life working with them. And that business has done well. R.E.A. Heck, with 2 years ago, he sold his business for a lot of money. And then I realized how I should have structured my agreement with him.
Yeah, I was going to get to that because, it seems that in many cases we use our IP, right? And our IP means a whole lot of other people get rich. So I want you to tell Deb how she gets rich this time. I don't want to hear about the other guy.
My wife is my best advisor. She's my best advisor, and she understands search and technology far better than I do because she's always asking me those tough questions. And what I do now, the agreements I do now, I bake it. It's performance based. There's a retainer involved, but also if their business increases from 1x to 2x, I get a percentage of that. That's right. And if there's equity. And that's very important because the agreements that I do for those type of clients, they have to be a year or more so longer because it's about mutual trust. Mm-hmm. If I'm really going to help you, then you really need to allow me to help you. And it takes time to grow a business, to change around the culture within the company. Because a lot of times people who are in charge of bringing in the sales are standing in the way of sales. I was talking to a particular company. I was at the Frankfurt Book Fair a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to a particular client. Now, interesting enough, I tried to buy his business a couple of years ago, and they wanted too much, so we walked away. We wanted to pay him $150. They wanted $300. They weren't worth $300 million, but I could tell by his look that he's under a lot of pressure. So I just sent him a note. I said, listen, I got this nice business plan sitting in my desk that I know I can help you. And if you like to, we can talk about it. We can talk about a 1 or 2 year engagement. But it's based upon the upside because that private equity firm is really coming down on him hard. You could visually see that he's like not resting.
Yeah, that operating is problematic because he's not in a space of comfort.
Well, the problem is he doesn't have the technology that he told him that they had. So you can't sell what you don't have.
That's a huge problem. Well, he got him to the table, all right.
That's right.
Now, I want to do a couple of rapid fires with you. You mentioned the fraternity. What fraternity do you belong to?
Omega Psi Phi. Is there any other?
Sounds like there's at least one other Omega
I'm sure there
in
is.
the building. All right. Second rapid fire question. What do you do in your spare time that just gives you...
Really spending time with my family is the most important thing. I work, Deb will tell you, I was yesterday all day working on this paper for artificial intelligence, but spending time with Deb and my daughter Bailey and our 6 pets, which we affectionately call our 6 pets the farm, our 3 dogs and 3 cats.
Now, you guys moved from northern Jersey to Ambler, Pennsylvania, right? So the question is, who's your favorite team now?
The safe answer is that Chicago Bears. It's interesting enough, I grew up in Atlantic City,
right,
but I was a Miami Dolphin fan because I played for the Atlantic City Dolphins, so I've always been a Dolphin fan.
All right.
And painful as it is, but I'm still a Dolphin fan.
Now, I noted something I can't get beyond. In this brief time that Darrell and I have been together, he's mentioned Deb 5 times. Did you all note that? 5 times. So, they say behind every successful man, there is a woman who refuses to let him fail. And I can sense that Mrs. Gunter is clearly, your business partner in
She's
a
tough.
very essential way.
She is tough.
And she's here tonight to make sure that all those notes that you have in front of you are accurately read and delivered, because I have a feeling she's going to critique you in the car.
Absolutely.
Final question. You mentioned 6 pets. What kind of pets do you guys have?
We have 3 dogs and 3 cats. We have a
3 dogs, and how does that work?
We need another show for that. Our daughter Bailey, but no, we have a Yorkshire Terrier, a Rat Terrier, and a Border Collie, and then we have these 3 wonderful cats who I've learned to really love and appreciate. I've never been a cat person, but what can I say?
I hear you. Final question I want to ask in this wonderful interview, Darrell Gunter. 20 years from now, or 30 years from now, when your journey as an entrepreneur, investor, businessman, scholar is over, what would have changed in the world for the better because you were here?
I think what my mission, this gets me choked up because it's so important that we care for each other, that we help each other. I grew up in a grocery store. My mother worked the grocery store for decades, and what she taught us was we want to be a steward to our fellow man. And I think that with what's going on right now in our country, we all need to take a stand and do the right thing and help out our fellow man, and not be critical as what we're saying.
Look to hear from this man. The name of the business one more time?
Gunter Media Group.
Gunter Media Group. Will you operate as that in
the new Gunter Media Group will always be in existence because I'm never going to shut that down.
All right.
But mysciencework.com. If you go to the website now, you'll see it's a beautiful website, some great information. If you have any loved ones that are ill and you want to do it in regards to scholarly literature dealing with different diseases,
right,
it's a perfect tool. It's free.
Is there anything less expensive than free? So I think we could probably get a healthy scoop of that.
And also, let me say that all my potential clients get a 1-hour consultation complimentary.
All right. You hear that at home? All of his clients get
potential clients, yes.
Potential clients get a 1-hour complimentary consultation. One more round of applause from Darrell Gunter. Hi, this is Stan Matthews, host of the Matthews TV broadcast and founder of the Inner Circle Professional Network. It takes a village to raise a child and a community to build healthy, wealthy businesses, professional practices, and community organizations. The Matthews TV broadcast enables urban consumers like you to support urban business owners, professionals, nonprofits, and community organizations that provide career opportunities, create jobs, and make urban communities great places to live, work, and raise a family. So please continue to watch the Whole Person, Whole Community broadcast on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. at www.thematthewsbroadcast.com. And oh yeah, tell 10 friends to watch the broadcast too. Heartfelt thanks for your continued friendship and support. The Matthews TV broadcast spotlights urban business owners, professionals, nonprofits, and creative artists and enables them to tell their success story and get the new clients, strategic connections, and community support they need to prosper and succeed. With our audience of more than 500,000 subscribers, 500 Inner Circle strategic partners, and the Comcast Xfinity premium promotional channels, including the Oprah Winfrey Network, BET, Lifetime, and the Hallmark Family Network. So step into the spotlight for business success right now and book your spotlight or legacy interview by calling us at 732-357-5701 or booking your reservation at www.thematthewsbroadcast.com.
Hi, I'm Mayor Frank Moran of the great city of Camden, reminding you to shop urban and shop local to save time and money, get a higher level of customer service, create jobs, and build stronger families and communities. This holiday season, remember to shop urban and shop local, shop Camden.
This holiday season, remember, shop urban, shop local, and shop Camden.